Hello everyone, and welcome to our final lesson in this unit, Unit 6. This is when I think things start to actually get pretty fun in music theory. This is when we get to start moving into things that are a little more developed. We get past the basics into actually learning how to create music from the theory point of view. So, whole steps, half steps, and enharmonic notes. We're going to do some reading first, and then I'll show you some demonstration in a minute. So, the distance from any key on the keyboard to the very next key above or below, whether black or white, is a half step. So, looking here, I'm going to zoom in so you can see that a bit better. Right, from key to key. Now, this C, the key right beside it, would be this black key. So, from here to here is a half step. From this black key to the D would be a half step, right? Either direction, from here to here, black key to C, or black key to D, half step. Right? Also, from this white key, E to F, that's a half step. So, as long as the two keys are touching, and you can see B to C here, that's usually a tricky one for us, right? B touches C, so it's a half step. And we label that with an H, right? H for half. Easy enough. Next part. The distance from any key to two keys above or below is a whole step. So, instead of just next to each other, we want to do two keys. So, from C, 1, 2, C to D, we have a whole step. That's what they noted here. Also, from this C sharp, right, when we raise C, we get a C sharp. Black key, 1, 2, to a D sharp, that's also a whole step. Okay? E to F sharp would be a whole step. 1, 2. So we always want to move two keys, either up or down. Either direction, it's going to be a whole step. Now, the key, a half step up from C, is C sharp, right? We just said that. The key is also a half step down from D. That is known as D flat. So look, if we raise this C, right, we go to the right, it becomes C sharp. But if we lower D one key, it becomes D flat. So we have two different names for this key right here, two different names. Many notes sound the same but are written differently. These notes are called enharmonic notes. So, enharmonic is talking about this key right here. If we press that key, we get one sound. But we could call it two different things. We could call it a C sharp, or we could call it a D flat. Right, so those notes are enharmonic. Same thing here. D sharp, E flat. They're enharmonic. Now we know which one to use, usually based on the key that we're talking about. The key is something for a little bit later. So just know that if we can push a key, or play a note on an instrument, call it two different things, but we only get one sound. Those are enharmonic. Enharmonic. Okay, now for the exercises here, see if I can get them all in the picture for you, and then we'll go over them together. Alright, recommend you pause your video and complete those. Okay, I'm going to zoom back in so that you can see these a little bit closer. So question 1, the enharmonic note for F flat is blank. So if we look at our keyboard for now, right, we eventually want to memorize these. If we find F flats, right, it's on this key right here. The other name of that key is E. So the answer to the first blank here is F flat is the same as E. The enharmonic note for E sharp, so I'll do it one more time with you. E sharp is here on the same key as F. So E sharp and F are enharmonic. Okay, enharmonic note for C flat would be B, and the enharmonic note for B sharp would be C. So you can just look at your keyboard. Eventually you'll have those memorized a bit more so you can know what's going on. Okay, with the two indicated enharmonic notes on the staff, write the two indicated enharmonic notes on the staff and name the notes in the spaces below. So, one half step above G. So if we find G on our keyboard, a half step above would be G sharp. Right, so we write that, G sharp. And its enharmonic note, by looking up here, would be A flat. So we draw that, and we just write them below. G sharp, A flat. Question, or letter B, one half step below F. So below F would be the note E. We'll put it up here. And its enharmonic notes for E would be F flat. And so E and F flat. One half step below B. So we should know that the first one is a B flat. Draw that, and then looking at our keyboard, Second note would be A sharp, right? Enharmonic. Those two are enharmonic. Last one, 1/2 step above D. So that starts us with a D sharp, which is the same as E flat. D sharp, E flat. Now remember, enharmonic. I said same, but I mean it sounds the same, but they're spelled differently, and that's what makes them enharmonic. Okay, question 3. Write the indicated notes on the staff and the name of the note in the spaces below. If there are enharmonic notes, write both. So if, that means there might not be for all of them. Right, 1 whole step above G sharp. So looking at our keyboard, G sharp, we have to go up 2 keys, right? So A sharp, it's our first one, right? A sharp, and it is enharmonic with B flat. A sharp, B flat. So these exercises take a little more time, right? You have to go back and forth between your keyboard, which you're welcome to use, right? Until we learn how to do it a little bit better. 1 whole step below F, right? So if we do that, E would be a 1/2 step. So E flat and D sharp. E flat, D sharp. And we can put it here, E flat, D sharp. Now this one only has 1 note, right? So 1 whole step below A. We do that, we get to the note G. There's no note that's enharmonic with G, so we can just put that here. Last one, 1 whole step above E. E, F, F sharp, right? That's where we want to go. And F sharp is enharmonic, with G flat. So F sharp, G flat. Okay, last question here. Name the notes and indicate whether the distance between each pair of notes is a whole step or a 1/2 step. So we need to name them. They're bass clef, so we have a B and a C sharp. Looking at your keyboard, you should see that that's a whole step. We have a C and a B. Looking at your keyboard, you should know that's a 1/2 step. We have an E and an F, 1/2 step, and then a G and A, which is a whole step. Okay, now I think this lesson is a little trickier, but like I say, this is where things start to get fun and it involves your brain a little bit more. So take your time, work through these problems by yourself, pause the video, go back to before I completed them. If you have questions, let me know. Other than that, have an awesome day.